Hey, welcome back. Yeah, there's 2 bosses left, so maybe 2 days, and then I'll be done. Who knows? I always feel the need to say something about the game first before I start. But I have some notes that I'm going to talk about. Oh. No, what's that? I don't want that. Do I want that? I don't care. This is kind of a fun... Oh, shoot. A fun little thing. I was Wikipediaing today. Do I want to talk about this? I guess. The difference between snow, sleet, and hail. I do want to talk about this because I want to remember it, and the only way I'll remember it is if I talk about it. There's this cool graph online that I was looking at. If you Google what's the difference between sleet and snow, you'll get this graph of like a cloud with cold air, then warm air, then cold air. So sleet is... Well, snow is obvious. Well, the difference between snow and hail is kind of interesting. Hail forms in thunderstorms when there's rain. The rain falls, but in thunderstorms there's this updraft. The rain is so light that the wind pushes it back up higher into the... Ooh, what just happened? Hey. And it freezes. Ooh, we just died. And then it falls. But sometimes the updraft is so much that even though it's frozen, it gets pushed back up, and then it accumulates more water, it gets bigger, and eventually it's so heavy that the updraft isn't enough, and it just falls through as hail. It's pretty cool. I don't think I knew that. Snow happens when water vapor freezes from water vapor to ice. It doesn't turn into water. I don't think. It just goes straight from water vapor to ice. Oops. I kind of remembered it. Okay. These guys look tough. And sleet is rain falls. No, snow falls. Yeah, so you have snow, it forms, then it falls. Then there's a pocket of warm air. I should have healed. I'm not paying attention. That thaws the snow in midair, turns into rain, and then as it's falling, it gets into colder air and it freezes, and that's why it's like sleetier and it's not like snowier. And then freezing rain is when snow thaws, but it doesn't freeze until it hits the ground, so it falls as rain, but then it freezes because the ground is so cold. Did you know that? I think that's mostly right. From the one, I got all that information from just a Google picture, but it seemed interesting. But I was just looking at it because we're having another snowstorm, and it's like, is it going to be freezing rain or sleet? And I was like, what's the difference? It's kind of cool. Okay, what's my note? I do kind of want to save the God stuff for later, because I don't want to have it broken between Mario and then, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but... Do you want to talk about the Mandalorian? Yeah. This Mandalorian person got fired. The girl in the Mandalorian who's like this big girl with she carries like a big gun and stuff. She's like the only girl in the show, so you probably know who I'm talking about. Is that true? No, it's not. I don't know why I said that. The frog monster was a... Oh. really pay attention. Come on. I'm getting experience points. She made a tweet or something that was like anti-Semitic. I read the tweet and I'm like, that doesn't seem that crazy. She was saying like, I think she was saying that the riot on the Capitol was similar to the Holocaust, and I'm like, okay, that's weird, but that's weird that Twitter would want to cancel her for that. But anyway, that's not the point. Go. Oh, okay, we're good. The point is, what does this do? Oh, that's pretty good. That's fine. I was watching Bill Maher last week, and they had this really long discussion about canceling and stuff. I didn't really like the conversation they had. It's just kind of boring. But the lady on the show made a point. I forget her name. She made a point that I liked, which was... I thought was interesting, and I'm not sure if it's totally true, but she said people my age, like millennials or whatever, they become conservative. The main reason they become conservative/Republican is because of a pushback against this cancel culture stuff and this culture, like they see stuff like this girl getting canceled for a tweet, and then she gets fired, and they're like, oh, liberals are crazy, look at all this crazy stuff they're doing, I can't believe it, we need like conservative values or whatever. And that's the main reason they become conservative. I don't know if that's true. Like, she didn't say point to a study or anything. Maybe it's not true. But even if it isn't the main reason, it does seem like it's one of the reasons. And you definitely hear a lot older people talking about it, like Fox Newsy type people being like, oh, they canceled Trump because they don't like what he's saying, and I lost all my Twitter followers. I am of the thought that if you're a celebrity and a public person, you kind of submit yourself to the court of public opinion. Like, if you're a millionaire who's getting all this money from TV, and like this James Gunn guy who is a director of the Guardians of the Galaxy series, like, he's a millionaire. Okay, so he's not going to direct the third one. He's going to be fine. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over him getting canceled, or like Trump getting off Twitter. I don't really care about that. I guess the argument against that would be like, oh, if they go after Trump, then you're next. Oh, okay, I just don't see that. It's different. Like, if you're in the public, if you're a celebrity, then you have different rules. Like, you have to be likable. If you're not likable, then I'm not going to put you in my movie, because you have to be likable for people to come see my movie. O.J. Simpson killed someone, and we don't want to put him in our movie anymore, right? What's his face? Mel Gibson says a bunch of racist stuff. You don't want to see him in a movie because you're like, oh, wasn't that the guy who said all the racist stuff? I don't want to watch him, like, be a movie star and make millions of dollars. He could be a cameraman, and I wouldn't care. Making like $80,000 a year or whatever, but you don't get to be a movie star if you're racist. Okay, that's like, I don't care. That was a bit of a tangent, but people my age become conservative. the only thing I care about is this idea that, like, this is the main reason why people are becoming conservative, because it is kind of wacky that she gets fired for this tweet. So we do need to solve it. People on Twitter are very good at being angry. It doesn't seem like they're very good at wanting to solve the problem. But I'm not on Twitter that much, so I can't really say that. But so what is the solution? We can't keep doing this. I mean, we don't want to keep doing this if we want more people to be more liberal, right? Then we need to take away a reason for them not to be. And should we just stop firing people? The solution I thought of, and we'll just air it out here and see if it's a good idea. The whole idea is, okay, Disney's a private company, so they could do whatever they want with their employees. They could fire them for whatever. Like, there's the First Amendment, but the First Amendment doesn't protect you from saying something stupid and you're employing. Like, if you tell your boss, you're stupid and I hate you, and he fires you, he's like, First Amendment, you can't do that, obviously. So the employer is protected from the First Amendment, kind of. They're allowed to be like, well, you said something that we don't like, so that don't fit our values, so we're gonna fire you. So maybe create a law that's like, some speech is protected, even you can't be fired for it. Extend the First Amendment to if your job doesn't involve if being racist doesn't affect your job performance, then you're not disqualified for being racist, I guess. Like, they can't fire you for being racist. And most jobs are like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe if I said something super racist here and my boss saw it and he would fire me. I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever said anything super racist, but is that racist to say? Maybe. So that was my solution. There is protected speech. But it's like public speech is protected, but not private, I don't know, or whatever. You know what I mean. So just extend the protected speech to... so that you can't get fired for that stuff. Create a law. I mean, I wonder what that law would look like, and I think I might be on board with it, and maybe some Democrats would. You would definitely get, would you get, I don't know, because then that would hurt employers, so maybe Republicans would be like, oh, we don't want to do it. It would be like more regulation. They always hate the regulations. It'd be like more regulation for employers. They'd have to fill out forms about what is protected speech and whatever, and they wouldn't like doing that. It's time already to end. This is taking longer than I thought it would to get to the boss. There's 2 bosses left. Maybe I'll just make the last episode like a super episode. But yeah, I have to end. Let's just see what's next up here. No. Oh, that's crazy. I gotta fight this boss. That's kind of cool. It's like a mini boss rush. Okay. See you tomorrow.